Hi everyone, welcome to today's Pick a Pile reading. I normally pre-record these, but this evening I decided to try my hand at doing a live stream because also in general, I find that I read a lot better when I'm doing it live and in the moment versus when I'm recording it. I don't know, it's as though I know that mistakes will come. I beg your pardon, that I'll be able to correct the mistakes. Anyway, as such, and in case you're not familiar with my Pick a Pile readings, I'm not the kind of tarot reader that will put different stones or like decorate. I actually intentionally like to make each pile as kind of uniform looking as possible so that you use the pure source of your discernment. I'm kind of glad that I've yet to add a thumbnail to this video so that you really need to just sit. All you do now is take a moment, please, before continuing on, or I trust that you did it before you actually started watching whichever pile you picked, sitting with the numbers 1 to 3 and sitting with the full discernment of just those numbers, really allowing the universe to match the pile to you that works, the pile that is meant for you, choosing it objectively and not because you saw a color or the stone on the second pile looks prettier than the stone on the first, because I know some people do that. And some of us even do it without like realizing it, right? So I just wanted to get all of that out the way and really emphasize the need for you to use your discernment. Always with my readings, but especially with this one. First of its kind that I'm doing as well. So please forgive me as I try to figure out the format of this. But normally what I do is hopefully by now you have picked a pile for yourself. You've allowed yourself a moment of grounding to make sure that you're ready to receive whatever messages the pile you chose has to share with you. After energetically honoring that, trusting that that's what you did, we can get into the readings now. I'm going to start with pile 1. This is pile 1. In the pile for your full moon, interesting. Also, please be aware that this is also a timeless reading. So even if you're not watching this around a full moon and you still feel like this resonates, then shout out. This is for you. Let's get into it. The first card is the 8 of Swords, followed by the 10 of Cups, and then the 7 of Discs. I am receiving that there is a relationship in your orbit, pile 1. And this is a reading, this is an energy that I've been tapping into a lot, especially towards the tail end of this year. I think because of the year 2025, but I guess, timeless intention always. And you take what you want to from what I'm about to say, but I'm feeling into like a piercing, intentional unionizing of the universe at this point in time. So that like there are a lot of unions that have so much energy and potency to them that may or may not be very sudden, that is leaving a lot of people confused as to whether or not this is actually real. I'm feeling into the possibility of an oncoming or something you're processing in this moment, connection with someone, like an immediate click with someone. But the click itself, it seems like it's too fishy for you to believe all the way. All of that to say that, as direct advice, please trust whatever new relationship comes into your life at this time. I'm feeling into that. Maybe either a new relationship or a new form of commitment, a new promise of commitment from someone who you didn't expect. Maybe you've been sitting on a commitment from someone and you're wondering whether or not it's true. And with the presence of the 8 of Swords, it is true. And the only reason you're doubting is because of your own internal programmings from past traumas or whatever that need to be worked through. I'm getting as well the specific general frequency of needing to open up your heart to connecting and trusting and building community with others. with a person in partnership or with like platonic community, but like familial, I'm getting the onset of a long-term connection. That feeling you have when you're at the end of like a decade or maybe 13, 15 years of knowing someone, even 10, 5, 6, and you're looking at the person, you've been connected to them for so long, and you sit and you wonder, like, you try to remember back to the feeling you felt when you first connected with them, and you think, I wonder if I would have ever been able to tell that this person would mean so much to me. I'm getting that like there's a connection that's going to leave you thinking that in a very long time from now. That's happening right now. That's long term. It's going to last a very long time, and it's going to be a little bit of a shock to you because it goes against things that you're used to. It goes against what you know. It goes against what you've been programmed to believe about other people and about making friends. I'm receiving the possibility of me reading for somebody who is older. I don't know why. I don't even know why I did that. But you're somebody who maybe you've recently made a resolve that you don't need any more new people, new friends. Maybe you're single and you're not interested in all in a relationship because, dating pool sucks. You can't really trust anyone. Everybody's crazy. That narrative. I'm receiving like being not really shocked, but like blunted against, with the potential of a new relationship. And you're not believing it. You're struggling to believe it. Let me shuffle more and see what comes up about that. It's very interesting. Oh, and then we have the moon. I looked and then I processed. We have the moon beneath the deck, which is for me, it's just validation that, there's the right moment, there's the right reading. It's like a kind of synchronicity. But also, it does speak about subconscious truths being revealed, illuminated. Oh, we have death. Wow, that's so okay. Now I'm receiving a very quick change in relationship status. Very quick, though, shockingly quick to your system. And this is also something other readers I've seen have been reading on since around the time I'd say Libra season. Just shocking states of change in relationship status. Getting married really quickly, meeting someone, and then within like a year's time, you're already engaged, and it just feels right to both of you and to everybody, to your direct community as well. Nobody's like, oh, it's too fast. No, everybody's like on your side. It seems like you're the only one who's just like, wow, this is too fast. Is this real? Should I really trust this? Da 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 da. I love this. I love the your heart is about to be pierced open, pile one, by this connection. Bearing in mind that it may also be a deep promise, a deep platonic connection. So either way, this touches the same level in your heart of feeling safe, seen, held, guarded, connecting with somebody, platonic or romantic, who you feel and trust will look after your spirit. And that's very important. Somebody who will look after you, really, like there's the way they are looking into each other's eyes, the way they are gripping this third thing, this energy, this third entity, baby, that they're creating together. You know what I mean? It's a renewed kind of commitment. I'm receiving that as well. This may possibly be relevant to you, even if you are in a relationship currently. Yeah, I'm getting the struggle of letting your guard, like a complete disbelief that your life changed so quickly and that your heart was softened so drastically to this person. Like, it's like everything just fits and it just happened in the blink of an eye, and it's like, what? You don't have a choice in the matter. So the best you can do is surrender, open up, and be willing to face yourself and the parts of yourself that didn't believe that it would ever come, that didn't believe that you'd ever feel safe with someone or feel heard or comfortable. You know what I mean? And this is the perfect ending card, by the way. I will not pull any more after this. With the presence of this, it's a matter of just like awaiting your fate, which is exciting, clearly. I mean, it's like the color pink. Oh, it's like that specific color of pink. You know that color of pink that they had to ban? They tried it in an experiment. I'd have to get my facts right on this, but from what I remember about reading up about this color pink, this is what it's reminding me of. There's a color pink that makes people feel so naturally, innately loved. The way I understood it, it connects you to divine love immediately just by looking at it. And they used it once in like a social experiment in prisons, where it literally decreased the rates of breakout fights that happen in a day. And for some odd reason, they banned it. But anyway, that's what this is reminding me of. Whatever that sense of the color pink, of that color, that shade of pink, does for somebody is what this person is going to do for you in your heart. You know? It's really lovely. I feel called to touch on the Seven of Discs. Speaks of a need for quiet observation before action, but also a need to check your underlying motivations, ensuring you aren't sabotaging your plans by lack of action. Becoming aware of the body's messages, working with it for self-knowledge, recognizing your limitations. I received that first sentence stood out very strongly to me and brought a story of how there may be somebody who has been on the wings, but they've been working through their own personal shit to try to work towards it and to be able to build the courage to approach you with this offering. This work that they've been doing has been a huge ego shedding. This may also be relevant for the work you would have to do as this relationship comes in. This relationship feels undeniable. It feels very much like, absolutely, I know tarot readers, we always say this shit like new love, but with the presence of these cards and the vibes I'm getting, it's very, yep, new love, 100%. But also, like I said, bearing in mind, this is a love that can be felt across communities, platonic connections as well. Please, by now, remember that while we all desire that romance, part of this ego shedding that we are doing, that we do in life, if you're a truth seeker and you resonate with my shit, part of it is to open up to all kinds of love and really feel the expanse of all kinds of love in all relationships, you know? And I get the sense that, for a lot of people, what's going to be realized, and a lot of women in particular, what's going to be realized is the amount of love present in their friendships. How much their girls love them, like real love. I don't remember where this line comes from, of how a lot of women know their truest loves through friendship. This could be something as well. But it does, as I'm sitting with it, it does feel dramatically romantic in terms of like a partnership dedication. I'm definitely seeing a ring. I'm so seeing it, like the ring emoji. It's cute. Yeah, remain open to what's to come. Whatever it is, it's going to make you feel very loved, seen, whole, and possibly a little bit naked, spiritually vulnerable, but please trust that you are safe. You're so safe. Please trust that against any self-doubt. Please learn to trust your intuition more and more. Settle in to the fact that you are safe. You're safe. Very, very important. You are safe. Please work through all the doubts that make you feel otherwise. All of those messages I just mentioned feels important regardless of what of what's to come with whatever may come in your life, new relationship or not, just as long as you keep those in mind. And then yeah, that's all I have. Thank you, Pile One. Thank you for watching. I hope that was helpful. And yeah, all my love to you as you go into this new journey of heart expansion and feeling. I am going to move on to pile 2 now. Pile 2. Beautiful. So beautiful. I love this. You have the Page of Rods, pile 2. And then the 6 of Rods. And then the Empress. All of these together speak to me of somebody who is, you may or may not still be touring the underworld, pile 2, but I'm getting a lot of shadow work being done right now. You're in this phase of unpacking the gunk, feeling through the painful, filling the ditches in your heart, tending to them, facing all of that stuff. And with the presence of these 2 cards as follow-ups, you're definitely walking the path. You're doing a brilliant job, and you're going to come out on the other side of this really crazy, a little bit closed off time in your life with a much more open heart, definitely. The presence of the Empress truly begets unconditional love connection. I'm receiving as well, like, if this particular frequency ever gets too much, or the shadow work gets too much, consider reaching out to your mom or some other kind of nurturing maternal figure in your life, a friend who sometimes feels like a mother to you. That might be helpful in processing this. Yeah, I'm receiving really great, I'm receiving that what is coming for you, and this does feel like something that is coming. Pile 2 is a feeling of just love, which is something that, believe it or not, everybody is, literally every move all of Earth makes is in the name of this feeling that you're about to feel, that's about to come for you. Feeling of true, just like feeling of love, feeling of being loved, being nurtured, looked after. Just really beautiful frequency, these 2 cards together as well. And with this as a story, this, then these 2, it's really giving like you've been doing some really hectic shadow work, you've been facing yourself, you've been doing a lot of spiritual work, your dreams have been crazy, you've been feeling possibly extremely fatigued. This is what the full moon does to me every time. I feel very fatigued, very in between worlds, very out of control, brain fogged. I definitely always fall into my addictive habits. This is also something that gives facing issues of escapism, not just escaping just willy-nilly, but as you escape, you're present with, hold up, this isn't escaping. This is a coping mechanism. What am I trying to run from? What am I trying to cope or escape with? Like, feels like you're doing a lot of that work, and you're about to be hella rewarded for it. Hella. With frequency, this is giving a very frequency thing, something that comes from within, and obviously as within, so without. So you can also trust that along with these feelings, a lot of really loving life circumstances will happen. This is also a frequency of luck to me because of the divine connection that you have with like nurturing and love. You will naturally experience situations that have that, where you will be nurtured and loved, very, very lucky. Get the parking spot you want, all of that stuff, So keep going, keep at it, keep at all of the spiritual work that you're doing. Never give up. Never ever give up. With the power you have, though, I'm feeling that it's also very impossible. This is also somebody who is hard at asking for help. And that naturally to me just implies somebody who has a grit, So shout out to you and your grit and your will. And your belief, because this girlie also has a lot of hope. She's in the shits, but somehow she's connected to the understanding that there's a reason for being in the shits, and that she just needs to stick to her shit. learn, grow, wait until it's her time to break free, and then do it. And you will break free. You know what I mean? One more card for clarification. Love. I already saw It is the Magician, beautifully enough. Really stunning. And with the presence, like this is giving a very powerful, this is really giving, like you did your work, you did your work, you succeeded and received all of the gifts from having done the work, and now you continue about your life with this new power, an upgrade, right? I'm getting an upgrade, an energetic upgrade, that ascension, that shit. And these things, like, it's the talk of the town, but I don't think anybody actually ever tries to apply it. Like nobody receives the upgrades. Okay, no, let me not talk shit. I don't know how many people do this, but it doesn't feel like enough of us do this. We receive news of the upgrade. We receive sensations of the upgrade, but then we don't actually apply it. We don't manifest. We don't do rituals, magic, etc. Get into that. Get into practicing magic. There's definitely an opening of your awareness in some way, in a loving way, and in a way that I think will very naturally get you to be a more powerful manifester. It's going to be fun. I'm feeling that after this period, whenever you're watching this, but more likely after this full moon, you're about to be a very, very, very powerful manifester, and you should not take that for granted. I feel called to close off with the interpretation of the Magician for motivation, and it opened perfectly. I didn't even have to page much. A sudden conscious awareness of your personal path in life, new initiatives, creative ideas. This card also speaks, these cards together as well, also speak of that kind of energy of birthing a new project, doing and embarking on a new journey, feeling excited about it. The directed application of will to manifest an idea or dream, the ability to tread a difficult path with confidence, awareness of personal value so that ethical choices can be made, the interrelationship of many different dimensions, and how these can be made to work for rather than against you. Everything is working for and not against you. Skill with words, self-confidence, and creative action of all kinds. God bless. That is a very, very wonderful messaging. I adore that. What a beautiful reading to receive. And yeah, I hope you claim it. I really do. Thank you for watching. And I send you my love. I'm now going on to pile 3. Pile 3. We have the 10 of Rods, pile 3, the 4 of Cups, and then 3 of Swords. During the time that I'm recording this pile 3, there's been on and off storms. It was particularly gloomy today, and I'm getting that that's the vibe of your heart, your energetic space, where you're at right now, what you're meeting with this full moon is giving a frequency of like gloom, burden, exhaustion. I've spoken a lot about this in general in these past weeks. That's been the energy in general. And this is also how I experience full moon. So I'm definitely with you. A feeling of being so tired that the kind of exhaustion that sleep doesn't fix. It feels like it comes from within you and from a place of just feeling really, really worn out, you know? I'm receiving a kind of like end of year fatigue or a frequency of burnout that feels like it's happening on all levels, because you have 3 different like suits here. You have the rods, the cups, and the swords. So it feels to me like each of these cards also having like slumped figures in their illustrations. It's very, you know, I don't think there's much to say on that, actually. I don't think there's much else. Obviously, if this doesn't resonate, then please, this reading is not for you. If this does, I am very, very, very much with you on this frequency. This has felt like it's been my whole year. It also feels like a kind of like exhaustion, apathy, sadness, being burdened, that like creeps up on you. Maybe it's crept up on you and it's surprised you, or you may not even be aware of it, right? And you're hearing me read on this feeling and you're realizing, oh shit, this is actually where I'm at right now. Like a dissatisfaction towards or regarding your material world. I'm feeling into also like very sincerely consistent long-term applied efforts into building a home or a place of safety and feeling constantly betrayed, dissatisfied with connections, maybe even dissatisfied with your literal like space, your surroundings. Let's shuffle and see what else. Hopefully solution, clarification, but like preferably a solution. Interesting. The 5 of discs. You receive the 5 of discs as the clarification card. I'm receiving the possibly like the direct instruction that maybe moving out will help you. Moving on. Moving on. It's difficult though. I acknowledge that as I've said it, along with the fact that I've said it, it's difficult to move on from this kind of frequency. Because I'm feeling into the fact that it feels like it's been long. It's been a long time of feeling this way. Or it's been a long time at least of not feeling any different. This card in this deck also speaks though of like a moving on from troubles, moving on from a low state. Let me see the interpretation of this card. This is a very real full moon. I've actually done a reading on specifically the lack frequency and how if it's possible that you're experiencing something like this, it's more for a lesson than it is for you to take it personally and embody it. So please don't think that this is going to be a constant reflection of your living experience. Please don't think that you're going to be in this state forever, that life is always a fight, or that it's like, will it ever be satisfying? I'm also receiving that question from deep within though, of like, is life even worth it? You know, is it worth it to keep up this fight every day? What is there to look forward to? I'm getting that as well. Please understand that these kind of emotions are like initiations into the next phase of your life. So you just have to tough it the fuck out. You are so strong. Very clearly, you've been working. And just because, it sucks when the universe doesn't answer to your hard work, but that doesn't mean you haven't been working hard, and that doesn't mean that the answer will never come. Yeah, that's all I have for now. I will pull another card. The previous piles got like 4 cards and then 1 extra card. I feel called to shuffle further for support, so I will dive into the interpretation of this and then, shuffle further, as I said. Moving house, a change of life and circumstance, travel, new opportunities appear after a period of strife and adversity. The current route may be hard, but may prove beneficial in the long run. Yeah, it's just a lesson, one of those really fucking annoying things that happen with life where it's like shitty things happen so you can learn and become a better person. Character development, that's what this period of life is giving for you, pile 3. And I get it. I've been in character development for years now, and I really get this frequency, but like I'd said, and like I'm actually experiencing at this time, it's all a lesson, it's all temporary, and it's really a matter of just refining your energetic body. This card speaks of a misalignment between the head and the heart. This kind of work does that for you. It aligns you, so you can expect alignment afterwards, regardless. It just mostly, honestly, it really depends on your perspective. The illustration of this card, I always point out the fact that this person is focused on this one single cup that spilled over, when there is a whole view and 3 other filling cups, abundant cups. You know what I mean? There's a fountain, we don't see where the source is coming from. Full cups behind you. It's just a matter of switching perspective. So let me shuffle more for support. Let's see. And you have justice. So I will link the reading that I recently did. It had justice and the 4 of discs, not the 5 of discs. Actually, the 5 discs fell out earlier. Point is, though, this is a lesson. You can trust that this is temporary. Please don't get too wrapped up in or too identified with the pain of this phase. Feel it through as honestly as you can and just wait out your point of freedom, because it will come and it will be, it seems, given to you by the universe. It's not something that will Like, you don't have to work any harder than you are right now. If you can, I highly recommend you follow the callings of possible exhaustion, apathy. Take a day off if you can, you know. Yeah. If you've kept up with my work, then you know I've advised more than enough times that you should take a sick note. And then, yeah, take a day to yourself and recoup, because this also feels like the energy of a need to do that. You need to recoup. Then you have the Eight of Cups beneath the deck. What a real ass time that you are experiencing, pile 3. It's a real fucking ass time. I am so with you. I really am. I'm feeling a potential sense of isolation. This frequency does give that. It naturally implies that you'll be isolated. Like, when I'm like this, I don't want to be around anyone. And these frequencies together, they kind of give the frequency of the possibility that you may not even trust anyone. Yeah, difficult shit to work through. But then beneath the Eight of Cups, because I feel like I refuse, you know, there has to be more support, there has to be more cushioning to this energy. So beneath that, and I knew it would come, you have the Six of Discs. Yeah, the 5 and the 6 of discs, you know. This speaks of angelic help. It speaks of a kind of like a promotion, which is also what I'd said, the thing that happens with these kinds of things is that it's character development, you know what I mean? That's this card as well. You're becoming, you're growing. You can also, like I said, expect something to be given to you, you know, to kind of help you out of this rut. I don't know if maybe it's going to come in the form of like a cash injection, like a random gift of money, or maybe somebody actually gives you the gift of the opportunity to be able to move out of, or go stay somewhere else for a bit, you know, maybe stay in their place. I don't know. Just a change of scenery, it feels like might be helpful for you, but also will be given to you, feels emphasized. With the presence of the Eight of Cups, it also feels like something that you need to respect your process through. Like, you can't rush out of this, as painful as it is. You have to really wring out this phase of loss of you in your life, or grief, or sadness, or apathy, or feeling burdened, or whatever. You have to keep reminding yourself that it's for growth purposes. Keep reminding yourself that. I don't know how else we would tough out like potential suffering and all that shit. I don't know how else to do it without alchemizing it into an understanding that this is something that's going to change me for the better, you know? And at the very least, let it teach you how strong you are. And take comfort in your strength, not so much in the fact that you are strong, but more in the fact that, like, that strength, the sense of strength that you have, builds a kind of shield that will naturally make you impenetrable to things that could really get some other people down. That shield, the idea, the sense of that spiritual, because it does become a spiritual thing, your ability to tough out tough situations becomes a spiritual thing. It is a signal of like spiritual shielding. You know what I mean? This also is giving, the presence of these two cards together also gives a sense of a shielding. Like you're so protected, a lot more protected than maybe what your living circumstances or experiences have shown you, but you are very protected. And you should try to recall the idea of how we're all here on a contract. We all have the shit we need to settle regarding why we decided to incarnate on earth. So just surrender to that. All of this perceived suffering is part of the contract. You're acknowledged for that as well. The pain of everything, the pain of your processes, of everything you've been through and had to endure. Yeah. Wait it out. Wait it out. Justice is coming. All my love to you. This is a very tough energy, but it's very noble. You are. You're God's strongest soldier. You're the chosen one. But you can do it. Also remembering that we all have our shit, really. You're never alone. There's always at least one other person who knows exactly what it is that you're feeling and what you may be going through right now. So take comfort in that as well, and trust that this too shall pass. Thank you for watching Path 3. I really hope that was helpful for you. And an overall general thank you again to everybody who tunes into my work and who fucks with me and loves it. And I really appreciate having done this Pick a Pal reading. I really hope that it does justice to the collective that is seeking through the work that I do. I'll see you in the next